In this class, let us learn about the perimeter and area of a rectangle. As you know, rectangle is a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are equal. Now consider this rectangle A, B, C, D. Suppose its length is L centimeter and its breadth is B centimeter. Then if AB is L, then DC will also be L. If AD is B, then BC will also be B. And perimeter is just the length of the boundary. Not just for the rectangle, for any figure, perimeter of a closed figure is just the length of its boundary. So, or in other words, it is AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. And what will be that? L plus B plus L plus B. That will be equal to 2 into L plus B. So, the perimeter of a rectangle whose length is L and breadth is B is 2 into L plus B. Now, do not forget to put the brackets here. If you do not put the bracket, your answer will be wrong. Let me show that with an example. Suppose length is 5 centimeter and breadth is say 3 centimeter. Then what will be the perimeter? Perimeter will be 2 into L plus B. That will be 2 into 8, which is 16 centimeter. And what happens if you do not put the bracket here? What you will get is 2 into 5 plus 3. That will be 10 plus 3. Or in other words, it will just be 13 centimeter. Now, what is causing this difference? It is the BODMAS rule. We have studied that earlier in the integers class also, right? For suppose you have something like this. If you have addition, subtraction, multiplication, all of them together, then in what order do you proceed? Like, do you first divide or you multiply or you subtract? What do? You follow the BODMAS rule. What do you do? First get rid of the bracket, then divide, then multiply, then add and then subtract. That is why you see the difference here. It is the same set of numbers. But if you see here, you have to first get rid of the bracket. So this will become 8 and 8 into 2. But the same thing here, you will have to multiply this first. Because multiplication comes first. Only then addition comes. This is what is causing the difference. Now, if you don't like the brackets are hurting your feelings and you don't want them there, then how do you remove these? This is a wrong way to remove. Then how do you remove them? Using the distributive law of multiplication over addition, which is A into B plus A into C. That means 2 into L plus B. Do not write it as 2 into L plus B, but it is 2 into L plus 2 into B. Now, let me ask you one question. So, what if I put a hole inside this rectangle? If you are finding it difficult to imagine how there is a hole inside a rectangle, just imagine a piece of paper. That is the best example for a rectangle. If I put a hole in the middle of a paper, will the length change? The length of the outer boundary change? The answer is no. Why is that? Because what happens inside a rectangle or inside a figure is none of the perimeter's business. Perimeter deals only with the length of the outer boundary. Then, whose business is it? That is where area comes along. Now, area is defined as the amount of surface which is occupied by a rectangle. The amount of surface which a rectangle occupies is called area. That is why you will see that we always say area and perimeter. Why do they both come together? Because perimeter deals with the outer boundary and area deals with the surface. And together they will give you an idea of what's happening with the figure. And now what is the formula for the area? The area of a rectangle whose sides are L centimeter and B centimeter will be, it does not have to be centimeter, meter, kilometer, whatever. It will be L into B. So here, as usual, take this as 5 and take this as say 3. So what will be the area of this rectangle? It will be 5 centimeter into 3 centimeter. Then 5 into 3 will be 15 and centimeter into centimeter will be centimeter square. So what is up with this centimeter square? I will show you what it is. If you multiply 2 into 4 centimeter, the answer will be 8 centimeter. But then if you multiply 2 centimeter into 4 centimeter, the answer will be 8 centimeter square. That is why 1 meter square is actually 10,000 centimeter square. How did we get that? See, 1 meter square is what? What is any square? What is 2 square? 2 square is just 2 into 2, right? So what is meter square? Meter square is just meter into meter. But what is 1 meter? It is 100 centimeter. And then again 100 centimeter. Then 100 into 100 is 10,000. And centimeter into centimeter is centimeter square. That is why even though 1 meter is 100 centimeter, but you have 1 meter square is actually 10,000 centimeter square. Now this unit here is again an important difference between area and perimeter. What is perimeter measured in? Perimeter is always measured in units. The same example, perimeter is what? 2 into L plus B, which is 2 into 5 plus 3, which is 8 centimeter. The answer is 16 centimeter here. So perimeter is always measured in units like centimeter, meter, kilometer, etc. And area is always measured in square units. Centimeter square, meter square, kilometer square, so on. And inshallah in the coming classes you will study about something which is called volume. That is actually measured in cubic meters, which is centimeter cube, meter cube, etc. So from how do you get the centimeter cube? It is easy. If you multiply 2 centimeter into 4 centimeter into 5 centimeter, what will be the answer? 2 into 4 into 5 will be 40. Centimeter into centimeter into centimeter will be centimeter cube. So now, of course, now you don't have to worry about that. Now let us see about what is the perimeter and area of a square. Now what is a square? Square is a special kind of a rectangle. A, B, C, D. This is a square, and square is a special kind of rectangle, which means all squares are rectangles, but all rectangles are not squares. Let us see one example. For example, consider fruits, okay, and consider orange, right? So all oranges are fruits, but all fruits are not oranges. Why is that? Because being a fruit is, it can be apple, it can be banana, but to be an orange it has to satisfy some extra conditions, like it has to be citrus, it has to it has to be orange in color, so it has to satisfy extra conditions. So fruit is a general term and orange is something which is special. Just like that, rectangle is very general. Just the opposite sides have to be equal, that is fine, but it has to have satisfy one extra condition, that all sides have to be equal, only then it will become a square. So all squares are rectangles, but rectangles are not squares. So if all the sides are equal, suppose the sides are A, all the sides are suppose A, then what will be its perimeter? What is the perimeter of a rectangle? As all squares are rectangles, the formula for the perimeter of the rectangle applies to the square also. It is 2 into L plus B, but here there is no L, there is no B, everything is A. So instead of L you put A, instead of B you put A, so you have 2 into 2A, which is 4A. So if you have any square of side 5, then its perimeter will be 4 into 5, which is 20. Now what is the area of a square? The area of the rectangle applies here also. It will be L into B, but then in a square, L is equal to A, B is equal to A. So the answer is A square, and whatever unit comes, you put the square of that. Now let us just do some practice problems. Now let us find the perimeter and the area of this rectangle ABCD. What will be the area? Before you tell me the area is 300 centimeters square, hold your horses. It is not 300 centimeters square. It is actually 30,000 centimeters square. Why is that? Did you see that they two have different units? One is measured in centimeter and the other is measured in meter. That should make sense, right? How can something which is so small be 100 and a line which is relatively longer be 3 if they are measured in the same unit? So obviously they are being measured in different units. One is in centimeter, the other is in meter. You can convert whichever you want, either centimeter into meter or the other way around. I will convert this. So 3 meters is 300 centimeter. Now you can find the area. So make sure when you, if you are doing this in your class or for your exam, whenever you get such questions, please make sure that the units are in order, the units are same. Make them into the same unit. So area is what? L into B, which is 100 centimeter, into 300 centimeter, which is actually 30,000 centimeter square. Do not forget the unit. You know, back in the days when I was in school, teachers used to cut half mark and sometimes even 1 mark if we got the units wrong. So please remember that. Always make sure you get the right unit. So area is 30,000 centimeters square. And what is the perimeter? Perimeter is easy. Add these two, double it. So when you add these two, you get 400 centimeter and double of that will be 800 centimeter. Now suppose I have made this rectangle out of a wire. I took a wire, I bent it to form this rectangle. Now I am really bored. Now I take the same rectangle and I make it into a square. Now can you tell me what will be the sides of the square? It is the same wire. With the same wire I first make a rectangle and then with the same wire I make a square. So what actually deals with the length? Is it perimeter or area? What is same? Is the perimeter of these two same or is the area of these two same? Remember, anything that deals with the outer surface is perimeter. Okay, so what is same for these two? Not the area but the perimeter. So the perimeter of this square, let us name it PQRS, right? So the perimeter of ABCD is equal to the perimeter of PQRS. And what is that perimeter? We have already found out. It is 800 centimeter. Now what will be the sides then? What is the perimeter of a square? It is 4 times its side. So that means each side is 800 by 4, which is 200 centimeter. So each side is actually 200 centimeter. This is 200, this is 200. And now what will be the area of this square? What is the area of the square? It is side into side, right? So it is 200 into 200, which is 40,000 centimeters square. And now did you notice one interesting thing? You have two different figures. They have the same perimeter, but that does not mean that they have the same area. Even though the perimeters are same, the area is different. And did you notice whose area is more? The square's area is more. Even though they have the same perimeter, the area of the square is more. Now let's go to our next question. Now find a square whose perimeter and area are equal. Now how does a square look like? Right? and all its sides are equal. So let all the sides be A. Then what will be its perimeter? Its perimeter will be 4A. And what will be its area? Its area will be A square. And do not worry about the units here. What they mean is just the number, the numerical value. So do not worry about the units here. They are just saying that the number, the perimeter. Suppose say perimeter is say 16 centimeter, and then the area will be 16 centimeter square. So do not worry about the units here. What they mean is the value of these two numbers are same. So what is the perimeter? It is 4A. The area, it is A square, and we want a square whose perimeter and area are equal. That means 4A is actually equal to A square. But what does 4A mean? It just means 4 into A. And what does A square mean? It just means A into A. So cut. A is equal to 4. So the side of such a square will be 4 centimeters. Right? So a square of side 4 centimeter is the only square on the earth whose perimeter and area are equal. There can be no such square. Suppose, for example, take 3. Suppose you have a square whose sides are 3. What will be its area? Its area will be square of 3, which is 9. And what will be its perimeter? Its perimeter will be 4 into 3, which is 12. It will always be, the numbers here will always be different. The only square for which these two will be equal are a square whose sides are 4 centimeter. Now, can you find a rectangle whose perimeter is 48 kilometers and whose length is 3 times its breadth? Now, when we say find a rectangle, what we actually mean is that find a value for the length and the breadth. And when we say find a square, it actually means find the side, find how much is the side. So here you just have to find what is the length and what is the breadth. Now suppose breadth is equal to B. Right? Let it be B. Then what is the length? Here it says the length is 3 times the breadth. That means if breadth is 1, length is 3. If breadth is 2, then it is 6. So if breadth is B, length is 3 into B. And what is the perimeter? Perimeter is 2 into L plus B. That means, but what have we found the L to be? The length also we have expressed as 3B. So L is equal to 3B. And B of course is B. That will be 2 into 3B plus B is 4B, right? This is 4B. 2 into this would be 8B. So this is the perimeter. But then what is given in the question? The perimeter is given as 48 kilometers. That means 48 kilometers is equal to 8B. And that means B is equal to okay. So this is the breadth. The breadth is 6 kilometers. Then what will be the length? The length will be 6 into 3, which is 18 kilometers. So how does this rectangle look like? The rectangle will look like this. This will be 18 kilometers and this will be 6 kilometers. This is how it looks. Now we come to this question where we have a wall. The dimensions of the wall are 30 meters and 15 meters, and there is a door which is 5 meters and 4 meters. Now it costs 20 rupees per meter square to whitewash. Then what is the total cost that you will need to whitewash the wall? So what do we have here? We have a wall. In that wall there is a door and we want to whitewash it. So, but of course we are not going to whitewash the door, right? We are just going to leave it. And the rest of the space we are going to whitewash. So what are we dealing with here? Is it the area or the perimeter? Always remember, perimeter deals only with what is happening outside. But here, how do you paint something? How do you paint this board? You go all over the place. So what are we dealing with? We are dealing with the area. So we have to find the area of the wall and then subtract it from the area of the door. Then you will get this area. Right? This is what you have to whitewash. So the area of the wall will be how much? 30 meters into 50 meters. That would be meter square. And what will be the area of the door? 4 meters into 5 meters, which is 20 meter square. And the area that we have to whitewash, how much will that be? It will be this whole area minus the door. So it would be 450 meter square minus 20 meter square, which is 430 meter square. So this is the area that we have to whitewash. But that is not the question. The question is, it costs 20 rupees per meter square. What do you mean by per meter square? For 1 meter square, you will have to pay 20 rupees. So for 2 meter square, 2 into 20. 3 meter square, 3 into 20. So 430 meter square, 430 into 20. So what is the cost? 430 into 20. And what is it? It is in rupees. Why? Because this is the cost. Just for whitewashing 1 meter square, you have to pay 20 rupees. So for the total, that would be this much is the cost for whitewashing this area. Now we come to the fifth question. And what is that? There is a cardboard. And what are the dimensions of the cardboard? It is 8 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Inside the cardboard, there is a picture. They have not painted the picture all over the place, but they have left some margin and painted a picture here. And how much margin is there? All over the place, they have left a margin of 1.5 centimeter. 1.5 here, 1.5 here, all over it is 1.5 centimeter. Now, what do we have to find? We just have to find the area of this margin. It is pretty much like the fourth question that we did, right? We had a wall and we had a door and we had to find the area of the wall minus the door. That is exactly what we have here. But here the difference is we don't know what the dimension is. We can find the area of the cardboard, subtract it from this. But then we have to know what the dimensions are, right? So we don't know that. Let us find out. So first, let us find the area of the cardboard. So fifth question. Area of the cardboard is 8 centimeter into 5 centimeter, which is 40 centimeter square. Do not forget the unit. Now we have to find the area of this. How much will this be? This much is 8 centimeter. And we are leaving 1.5 here. And we are leaving 1.5 here. So how much will this be? This will be 8 minus 1.5 plus 1.5, which is 3. So 8 minus 3 would be 5 centimeter, right? So this much is 5 centimeter. What about this length? Again, we don't know what this length is, but we do know what this length is. This is 5. If this is 5 and we are leaving margins on both sides, here we are leaving a 1.5, here we are leaving a 1.5. So together we are leaving 1.5 plus 1.5, which is 3 centimeter. Again we are leaving. So what is the breadth? It is 5 minus 1.5, 1.5. That would again be 5 minus 3, which is 2 centimeter. So this picture here, this much is 5 centimeter and this much is 2 centimeter. So what is the area of the picture? This is the area of the cardboard. So area of the picture will be 5 centimeter into 2 centimeter, which is 10 centimeter square. Then that is not the question. The question is about this area. And what will that area be? The cardboard minus the picture, that is equal to 30 centimeter square. Now we go to the 6th problem. Now we come to the 6th question. What do we have? We have a beautiful field. And what are the dimensions of the field? It is 700 centimeter and 500 centimeter, right? And in the middle of that we have 2 roads, one parallel to this side and the other parallel to this side. So how will the road which is parallel to this, I will name it ABCD, right? So this is the field. We have 2 roads. One road is parallel to this side. How will that road look like? That road will look like this, right? And that is not the only road. There is another road which is parallel to AB. How will that road look? That road will look like this. And they are both of width 10 centimeter. What does that mean? This is 10. This is 10. Wherever you go, the length is 10 centimeter. Now we have to find the area which is covered by both of these roads. Now we will name them road 1 and road 2. Let this be road 1 and this be road 2. Now what are the dimensions of this road? Whenever we are dealing with a rectangle, we have to find its length and breadth. If it is a square, we have to find its side. That is the only way to proceed. So if we are talking about a road, all we have to do is find its length and breadth. So what will be this one, this length? It is parallel to this AD, right? So if AD is 700, this will also be 700. So the length will be 700 centimeter. And then what about the width? The breadth. What about the breadth? That is given as 10 centimeter. So what will be the area? Area will be length into breadth, which is 7000 centimeter square. Now look at the second road. Again it is a rectangle. So when we see a rectangle, find its length and breadth. What will be its length? This much, we know that it is 10. It is 10 all over the place. So this is also equal to 10 centimeter. And the breadth is 500 centimeter. So the area is L into B, which is 5000 centimeter square. So we have 2 roads. One road whose area is 7000 centimeter. The second one is 5000. But then the individual area is not asked. We are asked to find their sum. Together, how much do they cover? Then you would think it is very easy. You would think you just have to add this and add this. But did you see this space? See this space in between? This space is covered by both of them. So then it is covered 2 times, right? So see, when you have something like this area is covered twice. So what do you have to do? Add these 2, but then subtract this area from this. Now for area, what do you need? You need the length and the breadth. What is the length? See, we know that this much is 10. We know this much is 10. We know this much is 10 and this much is 10, because when we say 10 centimeter width, it means it is 10 centimeter all over the place. So what is this? This is not actually a rectangle, it is actually a square, and its area is 10, 10, 10, 10, that is 10 square, which is 100 centimeter square. So together the roads, one road is 7,000, the other is 5,000. Add both of them and subtract this overlapping area, where it is overlapped, subtract that. So together 7,000 plus 5,000 would be 12,000, and from that subtract 100 centimeter, and that would be this is the answer. Now we go to the 7th question. Now we come to the 7th question. We'll wind up with an easy question now. Perimeter of a rectangle is 100 centimeter. Its breadth is 35 centimeter. Then what is its length? Now what is the equation of the perimeter? 2 into L plus B. So what is the perimeter? 100 into 2 into 35 plus length B L. That means 100 by 2 is equal to 35 plus L. But 100 by 2 is 50. So if L plus 35 is equal to 50, then L will be equal to 15. Do not forget the unit. It is centimeter here. So it is 15 centimeter. Now this we come to the end of this lesson. Please remember, when you see a question, just check the units first. Are all the units same? If it is centimeter or meter, whatever it is, the unit has to be same. And also remember to read the question carefully and understand what is being asked. Often I see that children, they study the formula of the perimeter and area, they memorize it, but unless it is directly asked, there is confusion as to what is being asked. So always remember, anything that deals with just the boundary, for example fencing. So fence, how do you put the fence? It will only be across the boundary. So that means they are asking for the perimeter. But at the same time, if there is a question like whitewashing, we do like this. So that deals with area. So please understand the question. Are they asking about something which deals just with the boundary, or is it something inside? So depending on that, you should understand that it is perimeter or area which is being asked. So that's all for today. Till we meet again, take care. Salam alaikum.